Good morning and welcome to the final episode of Daybreak this semester. I'm Brittany Lawfer.
And I'm Ryan Bailey. Coming up on Daybreak, a look into a healthy new dynamic for feeding our furry friends. We're going to tell you how to keep your pets healthy.
Plus, transportation in the south side on a weekend can be a real pain. What the city plans to do to help ease that pain, coming up.
And as always, we have your campus, city, and national news.
As well as weather, entertainment, and cooking. And James and Courtney will be out on the plaza. Daybreak starts now.
In campus news this week, the salaries of university administrators were revealed. As of 2012, University President Paul Hennigan's salary was up to nearly $536,000 a year. Increasing pay and benefits for the university's other top 5 administrators are closing in on more than $200,000 a year. Hennigan's salary is determined by the Board of Trustees, which has raised his salary by almost 18% since 2012. Salaries of professors are a different story, though. The average income for a full-time professor is about $87,000 a year and about $64,000 for an associate professor. The United Student Government will have 2 new leaders next semester. For the fall 2014 semester, junior biological sciences major Julian Singleton will be the president, and junior national security and intelligence major Andrew Ladon will be the vice president. Elections were held all last week. Both candidates ran unopposed. A professor and a graduate student here at the university have been given a grant by the University of Pittsburgh to study lichen. Professor Matthew Opdyke and student Joshua Daugherty will be studying the species diversity and distributions of lichens at Pymatuning State Park this summer. For more information on Opdyke's research, you can visit www.opdyke-environlab.com. That's all for your campus news. Now here's City, Brittany with City News.
Thanks, Ryan. First, the G20 Summit in 2009, then One Young World in 2012. Now Pittsburgh has been selected as one of 15 potential cities to host the 2016 Democratic National Convention. President Barack Obama has visited Pittsburgh twice so far this year, and now his party could be next. Pittsburgh officials will have to submit a proposal to host the convention by June 6th. The convention will make its decision by the end of the year as late as early 2015. Chicago and New York are among the other 14 cities under consideration. Allegheny County Executive Rich Fitzgerald told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette it would be great to shine the spotlight on Pittsburgh again. UPMC confirmed 2 babies have developed MRSA infections at McGee Women's Hospital since February. Media Relations Director Gloria Krebs said the origin of the bacteria is unknown, and the babies' families and state agencies have been notified. A Pittsburgh Mifflin school had to send a letter home to parents and guardians after a second-grade girl brought several weapons to school last Tuesday. Pittsburgh Mifflin Elementary School Principal Edward Littlehale searched the girl's belongings after a teacher alerted him and found 2 pocket knives and a metal stake. Littlehale reported the incident to school police. The situation is being handled following school procedures, and the student is facing disciplinary charges. Pittsburgh has many attractions. No doubt one of those is the South Side. But during the weekends, with so many people around, safety becomes an issue. Daybreak correspondent Kelty Metzger tells us how the city of Pittsburgh is trying to make transportation safer.
Between 15 and 20,000 people swarm the South Side streets every Friday and Saturday nights, creating significant transportation and safety issues. For the past 2 years, City Council President Bruce Krause has been working with the Responsible Hospitality Institute and its president Jim Peters to find ways to manage the bustling nightlife. The first step is tackling what he calls the transportation nightmare along East Carson Street.
If you stick around here late at night on a Friday or Saturday when it's the most populated, it's terrible. Getting out here is a mess.
Peter says what is launching this March is a coordinated transportation hub where cabs can pull in and queue up just like at an airport. The Carson Street Initiative is the first test project to see what works and how solutions can be implemented in other neighborhoods.
Some of the supervisors at Zone 3 were tasked with coming up with some ideas. One of the suggestions was that we implemented taxi stands, have cab stands available, maybe on 12th Street, one at 18th Street, and then one further up by 22nd Street, so that it would be easier for people to go and get taxis.
The cab service in Pittsburgh doesn't really exist. Anywhere else you go, there's cabs lined up outside, and I think it would create a much safer environment and a much more enjoyable environment for everybody if they had that in place.
Transportation is just the first phase within the larger plan concerning Southside hospitality, development, and safety. Reporting for Daybreak, I'm Kelsey Metzger.
Thanks for that, Kelsey. That's all I have for your city news. Now here's Ryan.
Thanks, Brittany. Coming up next on Daybreak, Kelsey is going to be here with your national news report. And dog food's so natural, people could eat it too. Meet the local pet owner turning her kitchen into a test lab for dogs everywhere.
Hi, you're tuned into Point Park University Television, and UView is for you. Stacy?
Yes, Dan. UView is for you.
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 UView is for you. UView is for you. UView is for you.
Crying out loud, I gotta do everything around here. UView's down. There's no one even in the control room. Paul, have you seen Jesse?
I don't know where he is. You know how
You can never find him when you need him. UView's down, and no one has any idea where he's at. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm just like losing my mind. Well, here you are. For crying out loud, UView's down. You're in here playing around. Get out here and fix it. And clean up this mess. Some people's kids.
Welcome back. Now we're going to send it over to Kelsey Metzger, standing by at the news desk with national news. Kelsey?
Thanks, Brittany. The Supreme Court upheld a case against affirmative action Tuesday. Universities in Michigan will now ban racial preferences in their decision for admitting students. Other states that have already had similar bans in place include Arizona, California, Florida, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, and Washington. A lawmaker says the South Korean ferry that sank last week was carrying more than 3 times its recommended cargo. It was loaded with more than 3,600 tons of cargo when it left the port, which is more than double the weight of the ship itself. Currently, 156 people are confirmed dead, but officials say there are likely more than 300 people dead. Prosecutors are investigating whether the ship's operating company, Chunghae Jin Marine, bribed government inspectors to give the vessel a clean safety certificate. The firm has not commented on the allegations. Some are calling it the Guns Everywhere law, and it's either seen as progressive or terrifying. Georgia's governor signed the new law to allow firearms in bars, libraries, churches, and some government buildings beginning July 1st. Schools would also be allowed to allow employees to carry firearms under certain conditions. The law does allow businesses, churches, and schools the right to prohibit guns with a sign or a notice. And that's all I have for national news this week. Now back to Brittany and Ryan.
Thanks, Kelsey. Turning some attention now to man's best friend. According to the Humane Society, more than half of American households have at least one pet.
One important decision that those pet owners have to make is what to feed that special family member. Daybreak correspondent Chris Hoffman introduces us to a local woman who started making her dog's food, and the ingredients are going to sound rather familiar.
Dog food is something you just go to the store and buy, but one local resident feeds Avon here the same types of food you and I would eat for dinner. Heidelberg resident Bernadette Kazar was introduced to the new way of feeding her dogs after Ruby, her late Cocker Spaniel, became ill.
Ruby had to be put on a liver diet, which was white fish, potatoes, and she was on that for 6 weeks. And the reason for that is we had to detox the liver.
This special diet was suggested by veterinarian and author of Dinner Possible, Dr. Kathy Alanovi, who's based in the state of Indiana. She explains why people food is just as good for dogs.
So anybody who's under 50 years old thinks, ooh, it's not safe. They never stop and think, why is chicken and green beans not healthy for our dogs? Why is the chicken not healthy for our cats? Our cats are pure carnivores. Chicken should be healthy.
Kazar is currently making the dog food right out of her own home.
Basic, good stuff, things that we should be eating.
Basic it is, with dishes like beef and veggies, meatloaf, chicken, shrimp and veggies, and turkey and salmon hash. Kazar uses vegetables right out of her own garden as ingredients too.
How is it, Chris?
Yum yum.
It's amazing what this, homemade food is doing for them. It's all natural, it's just wonderful.
Not only is Kazar making the dog food for her own dogs, she is working on creating a small business. So far, Kazar named her business Pawlicious. She obtained an LLC license, tax number, and then she had all of her food tested by an independent study lab.
I had to get all the food, which there was about 8 to 10 of them, and have them tested by the independent lab. So that was making them frozen and shipping them to New Jersey. And they tested for protein, carb, and moisture.
Kazar was then able to create a nutritional facts label to send to the Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture, which has been approved.
When you do this to the dogs and you see how they're eating it and you know you're giving it the best they are getting, it's really rewarding. It's very, very fulfilling.
Kazar hopes to see other dogs enjoy the same health benefits she's seen in her own. For Daybreak, I'm Chris Hoffman.
That dog food actually looked pretty good. I could go for some right now.
I know, that looks pretty doggone good.
Okay, coming up after the break, James and Courtney are going to be out on the plaza, and Johnny will have your weather.
And we're going to talk to the producer and some actors of a film that is doing some good to spread awareness for suicide.
Then later, Jillian Trainer is going to make us some yummy cookie cupcakes. You won't want to miss that.
We'll be right back.
Freedom of speech is my right as an American to voice my opinion, or, if I choose to stay silent. I have the right to practice my religion. I have the right to publish my own works. With this right, we can be creative, innovative, and change the world. For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
Do you know all the things you can do with your student ID? Along with getting discounts to some of the restaurants around campus. Showing your Point Park ID can net you deals on tickets at theaters in the Cultural District. To check out all the current options, just search Student Discounts on the Point Park University homepage.
An expression, a belief, a symbol, freedom to worship, an unspoken word. To express yourself means standing up for what you believe in. There's a freedom to worship and a freedom to live. To speak never saying a word, to love, to let your voice be heard. The light of your own path. For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
Welcome back to Daybreak. We're going to send it outside for this last time this semester.
Courtney and James, take it away.
Thanks, guys, and welcome back to the Daybreak Plaza. I'm Courtney Joden.
And I'm James Hill.
And we are out on the plaza today celebrating the end of the year, and we have a great crowd out here.
It's been a great semester, right, guys?
Do we have any seniors Yeah? Are
See,
you guys
let's move up
excited to
front.
graduate? Are you guys excited to graduate?
You're excited?
I am very excited. I can't wait for the summer, the pools, the beach. It's gonna be great.
What do you have any stories that you'd like to share, or that how you're excited to graduate?
I mean, I'm almost done with finals and stuff, so that's really all I'm focusing on.
Yeah, I think that's how we all feel.
It's been amazing.
Like wrapping up the end of the year, it's summer.
It's been a stressful year. You know, it's been a long winter, so it's finally good to get to the spring and get to all that great summer fun.
Yes.
To celebrate, we have a pizza party for you guys. Yeah.
So we're gonna be handing out slices of pizza to everyone from R&B's, I believe.
Everyone.
So yeah. I hope you guys like plain.
Thank you. There's pepperoni. Anybody prefer pepperoni?
I want pepperoni.
She wants pepperoni.
Yeah, I'll go with cheese.
Oh, that one is ripping in half. You might want to grab another one.
Yes.
All right, so does anyone want to share any stories how, like, you've enjoyed Point Park? We love Daybreak. Go Daybreak. Woo!
Who wanted pepperoni?
All right.
There
well,
we go.
I think that's it. We're just wrapping up the end of the year, and we are so excited, our seniors, to graduate.
It's been a great semester hosting with you out here, Courtney.
Oh, it has been a great year with you. Just hosting
go.
with you.
Mwah.
Oh, I got lipstick on your face. All right, well, we're going to send it back into the studio to Johnny.
Thanks, Courtney. It is going to be a rainy and cloudy finals week. We start off today with some heavy clouds in the area and a high of 65 degrees. Now, as that temperature drops and so does the sun, the rain is going to roll on into the area. As we look ahead at the week, we have Tuesday here with a high of 58 degrees. Now, that rain and clouds is going to stick around, and it's going to be a little breezier. On Wednesday, though, it's going to warm up to a high of 68 degrees. Those persistent rain and clouds are going to stick around. Thankfully, on Thursday, with a high of 59 degrees, we're going to start to see that rain taper off. On Friday, finally, the end of the semester, heading into graduation weekend, we have a high of 57 degrees and some passing showers. Now back to Ryan and Brittany at the couch.
Thanks, Johnny. Nearly 1 million people worldwide commit suicide each year, about 30,000 in the United States.
Point Park Cinema senior Kaylee Fitzgerald took on this project as a producer of a production for film. We have an exclusive look at the new trailer.
Take a look.
They say time heals all wounds. Not sure I believe it.
You know, I still don't understand why people wear black to funerals. Totally boring. Probably why John didn't come.
I get that you've been through a lot, and I get that...
I don't want to talk about it.
Something else on your mind? You said you'd always be here for me. Let me be here for you.
With Kaylee, Barb, and William all took part in the film. Thanks for joining us, guys. I have to ask right off the bat, that was a very interesting trailer. Tell us a little bit more about the story and just, I mean, that was a very enigmatic trailer.
Thank you. Well, 40 Seconds is about this one right here, and she plays the part Paige, and it's Paige is going through the motions of her life while she's dealing with her loved ones' lives crumbling around her. But little does she know that the one stable person in her life is the one that actually needs the most help. So while she's going through this story, she's being burdened with different problems. In the beginning, her dad dies, and her sister has to live at her house. Mm-hmm. William, who plays John, is a war veteran who's suffering from PTSD, and that's her husband. And then you have to deal with her friend Emma at school, who is having some relationship problems but won't tell Paige what's going on. And then you have this little kid, Luke, that's bullied for possibly being gay. So she's dealing and juggling with all these different problems going on right now, and she doesn't know how to handle it.
So what did you guys learn from working on the set? Did it change you as a person? How did you grow in any way?
I mean, I feel like I changed as a person because I used to make horror movies all the time, and now I feel like I've gone in a new direction because now I'm more focused on like the reality and like good causes and like things that actually mean something when you watch it, not just, oh crap, I was scared. Like it's, oh my God, that's something I should think about. I don't think about suicide every day. People don't realize how many people go through that type of thing, so that's what I was trying to say with the film.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, with number one, just being on set with the Point Park students that were part of the crew and just being how professional they were. I mean, I was really impressed with, just how much they knew, how professional they were, and it was a good learning experience, being on the set with them. So
I would totally agree. I worked on quite a few sets, and it was one of the more professional sets that I've worked on. So I was really happy about that. The timing and everything was just all fluid. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
But as far for me, PTSD, I was in the military for a little over 9 years. Kind of have a little bit going with that, and I actually still get help with it now. So I could connect with my character in that form. So it was kind of fun at the same time, and I learned a lot from the set.
How similar was your character to that sort of experience that you've experienced?
Very similar. I was with the amphibious assault team for a little over 6 years, so I could relate exactly to what the character could be feeling. So it was kind of a touching, emotional thing for me. So
absolutely.
What was the most dramatic moment of the set? Like, what was a time that really impacted all of you guys?
I mean, we all kind of became a family by the time that the movie was done. I started it in June, I casted it in September, and we weren't done filming it until the beginning of December, and then they kept coming in for sound work, and we literally just finished it last week.
Yeah.
So we've kind of all grew together. But I could say, like, one emotional thing that happened on set was there's a scene where Paige and John fight, and it just seemed like this real, like, full-blown actual relationship problem.
Yeah, we were fighting.
Yeah. It was a real fight. That wasn't acting.
But it was
not
like
at all.
they were crying, and like everybody on set was just like, "Oh my god!" Like
Yeah.
as soon as you
Felt
like,
so real.
As soon as you said cut, everybody was still silent because they're just like, "Oh, geez, did that really just happen? Is that real or was that a movie?"
Yeah. I cried a lot, so it was pretty much every day. It was dramatic for me. So.
But overall, I would say it was super fun. Everybody was such a family. Everybody had each other's backs with everything, so it was just made it awesome.
Well, that's all we have. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Thank
It was
you.
great to have
Thanks for having us.
Coming up after the break, Hillary Maglin will be here to keep us up to date on the buzz in the entertainment world.
And Jillian Trainer is going to show us how to make some tasty cookie cupcakes. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
If you're having trouble with your schoolwork this semester, there's a helpful place on campus that you should know about. On the 7th floor of Lawrence Hall is the Program for Academic Success, which provides services like tutoring and academic counseling. The program's Writing Center is specifically designed to help you with your writing assignments, and you can even get help for them online. Students are encouraged to stop in the office, give a call, or send an email.
Every human being has a purpose, has a dream to have their voices heard, no matter where they come from, no matter where they go. As an American, it is their right to have freedom of speech. I have a dream that one day this message will speak louder than words, that even the quietest voice will not go unnoticed. That is my dream. What is yours? For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
Welcome back to Daybreak. I'm Hillary Maglin with Entertainment. It looks like formerly engaged couple Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth have a more amicable post-split relationship than we realized. Miley was hospitalized last week after having a severe allergic reaction to antibiotics she was given to treat flu symptoms. Sources say once Hemsworth got wind of his former flame's hospitalization, he immediately reached out. A friend of the Hunger Games star told media outlets Liam was extremely worried when he heard she was in the hospital. They didn't work out as a couple, but he still wants to know she's okay. Hemsworth reportedly called his ex-fiancée in the hospital and spoke to her briefly. This marks the first publicly known communication between the former couple since their split last August. Luckily for Liam and Miley fans, the Adore You singer is expected to make a full recovery within the next few days. And Beyoncé surprised her fans once again on Tuesday by releasing a brand new song out of the blue, following the success of her most recent self-titled album, which was given zero promotion leading up to its release last December. Queen Bee is at it again. This week, Jay-Z's wife put out a song entitled Dreams with R&B artist Boots. The song was released on various entertainment websites, but is nowhere to be found on iTunes. It is currently unknown if the track will be released for legal download or radio play, but considering the buzz Dreams is already receiving, we're thinking it's a definite possibility.
Thanks for that, Hillary. Now Jillian Trainer is going to make us something in the Daybreak kitchen.
Hey Jillian, what do you have for us today?
Today I'm going to be making Oreo cream cheese cupcakes, which is actually more of a cheesecake. So first thing you got to do is we're going to need a whole pound of cream cheese. And I know this seems like a lot, but it's going to be worth it in the end. All right, that's half a pound. Full pound. All right. Next thing you got to do is get a little messy. Now, you need 2 egg whites, which means you have to separate the egg yolk from the egg white. Now, you have to be really careful because if you get the yolk in it, it's not going to set properly. So, yay, slime. Alright, then you toss the yolk. Again, be really careful not to get the yolk in with the whites. Okay. Then you pour that in. I'm just going to set this over here. And wash your hands afterwards because you don't want to cross-contaminate. All right. Now, for the fun part. We're basically going to be making mini cheesecakes. And what is the best crust? Oreo cookies. So you're going to take 1 cookie and put inside each of the cupcake molds. You're going to be using about 20 Oreos in total. About 12 for the tin, and then 8 for the actual batter. Right. Now for the fun part. Take about 8 Oreos, put them in a bag. Let's see, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you take a spoon and break them into pieces in the bag. All right. You put those aside, because you don't want to put them in with the cream cheese and the egg whites. Right. You want to put in a pinch of salt with the cream cheese and the egg whites, blend them together, and then stir in your Oreos with 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. And then you're going to put them in the oven for 30 minutes at 300, and then you have cream cheese Oreo cupcakes. All right, guys, so half an hour has come and gone. Let's see how we did. Yeah, those look good. So you want them to be slightly golden brown right around the edges there. That's how you know they're done. All right. Personally, I like to top them off with a little bit of whipped cream once they're cool, and then you're ready to serve them. That's all I have for you here. Let's send it back to the couch.
Thanks so much, Jillian.
That brings this year of Daybreak to a wrap. We want to thank all of the seniors for helping out this year. Liam, Courtney, Johnny, Joanne, and of course my co-host Ryan. Be sure to join us in the fall for more morning fun.